all, I am back with another coloring video today. If you're new here, welcome. I am Ravina Bhaskaran, an author, illustrator, and publisher. I am an illustrator of this book, Birdomania. Today, we are gonna color this beautiful artwork. The number says 39, so at the back of the book, you can find the list of birds. So it says crowned cranes. So we are gonna color this. For coloring this, I have chosen a long time no see medium, which is brustro artist oil pastel. These are pastel toned set, not the brighter one. So only I have these muted pastel tones. So using this, I am gonna fill the background. First, I am using the lemon chiffon color. So the palette will be a warm palette, no cooler tones that much. Here and there for adding some pop, I will be using some cooler tone. So then I have added soft ivory and now the pale mustard color from yellow to some mustard and green. Now I'm adding frosted fern, then mellow moss color and then spring spruce color. I'm adding one by one and then at last muted orchid color. I am applying at the very end. I have taken a makeup sponge in wet shape and I'm gonna blend using this. Obviously, you can use your fingers or q-tips or any tissue paper, something like that. I have taken this makeup sponge. I have no idea why I have taken this. I just randomly took this out and started to smudge it. It was pretty good. It take away that extra colors by crumbling it a little bit. Later I'll be cleaning it using some makeup brush. I'm adding one more layer here and there where the color went fade away. So I again blended everything with the same makeup sponge and the background came out so good. And then I'm adding celestial sea green color here and there. To add a little bit of pop, I'm adding some cooler tone and then blending it together. I am adding Shilpi Artistry ink. These are distress ink in dry weed color. I'm blending again with the makeup brush here, oval makeup brush. Since the oil pastel will be so oily, the distress ink will look like water medium on top of it. It will create one nice water on top of oil kind of effect. I hope you can see on camera. I have uh, shown you pretty close up. I'm pulling the colors outwards so that it creates one streaky, radiant beam going out towards the edges of the page. It looks like that. Later, I'm adding golden turmeric color. I am using the smaller makeup brush and using it near the crowns of the cranes. And I'm using my brustro electric eraser and taking out some colors. I'm making a small bubbles. Later I feel like the bubbles are so vivid, so I'm using the paper stump. These are some blending instrument you can get it at any art shop or a stationery shop. I'm blending it out to settle down the vivid white erased effect. And here's the look. Later, moving on to the crowned cranes, I have picked up these 5 colors, Ohuhu alcohol markers. I forgot to mention the colors. At last, I'll come back to that. As you can see in the reference image, it has some dark gray, light gray, brown, red, and some muted yellow. So the crowns will be in the mustardy yellow And at the neck you can find two red spots, and then feathers brown and some golden kind of yellow. For the body, white and then light gray and then dark gray. So I am first filling out the light gray, and later I am giving some flicking motions for the feathers using the dark gray. These are the colors. First, the red is lipstick red for the neck and the head portion. Then the dark gray is toner gray and mustard color. And then light gray is neutral gray, which I have used below the dark gray. And the brown is pecan. And then the crown yellow is shallow orange cave, and I hope you can see it. Yeah, these are the colors that I have used. Next, let's move on to the color pencil. I'm using Caran d'Ache Pablo pencil. First, I'm darkening it out the brown color using umber color and added few white highlights. Next, for the yellow, I'm using orangish yellow and then ochre to give some depth to that yellow color. Later I am using ash gray. This is the lightest gray, so I am using on top of the white to give some dimension there, like white feathers, and I am blending it out. Later I am using beige color. This is much darker gray than the ash gray, so I am here and there I am using that. Moving on to slate gray, this is much darker, so I am using it on the darker part of the body. And then I'm using the very darkest charcoal gray, darkest in the gray. I didn't use black here. Instead, I used this charcoal gray to give some feathery touch. Later, I'm mixing every color. I used white for the highlights here and there. And then I have picked out some black color here and there. I am running few lines to give some very dark depth. Now I am using the slate gray and bringing few gray colors on top of the white feathers. It looks like these are a little bit blended and messy, unruly feathers. It looks like that. So I am blending it out. This is how it looks. Later I am using some Naples yellow for the crown part. Here I don't want much color. To add some little lightness, I'm adding white and then correcting out the background. Since the area is intricate there, I'm using lime green to cover out the area that I've missed out in the oil pastel. Moving on to the olive green, I'm using it on the mm, leaves that is present left and right side. First, I am using this olive green throughout the leaf. Left side I have completed. I have shooted it on a live in my Instagram video. You can follow me there at Coloring Ravina. Now I am using olive brown and olive black, mixing it together. In the center part of the leaf, the color will be very darker, and towards the leaf outer edges, it will be much lighter. So that's the concept. I am using, as I have said, olive black and olive brown, I guess. Let me check. Yeah, olive brown and olive black. I am mixing these two and created that darker center portion of the leaf. Slightly flicking the colors with small pencil strokes. You can also color along with me if you have this book. You can use any kind of color pencil, whatever you have it in your hand. It's actually very simple to color the intricate portion. Intricate coloring books are not so hard, it's super easy. Then I'm using this light green towards the outer edges for the highlighting areas. I'm using this light green for all the leaves, and this is how it looks. Later, I'm using this light ochre color. I need some browny tint to the leaves, so I'm using that. Then again, olive green. I am further darkening out the areas in the center. Using the umber color, I'm gonna create the shadows. We need to separate out the forward and the backward lying leaves. So I am using the umber color for giving some three-dimensional effect. Using light lemon yellow, I'm gonna blend everything out. Wherever I feel like blending, follow your intuition. Wherever it takes you, you can blend it out. And then now again lime green, I'm gonna give it to this grass, that is the spiky grass that is present in the backward, and then some spruce green for the darker color. Play with your greens, whatever greens you have it in your hand, you can use it on these foliages. I have covered it. Then I am using this, I couldn't focus, dark green. Yeah, this is dark green, and then darkening out the portion which is present in the ground. Also, I am blending everything, these three colors. Another spiky grass is present in the right side, so I am using the same color combination and filling it out, and it looks uniform. Now moving on to the next foliage. This is Empire Green from the Caran d'Ache Pablo set. I'm using it in the center foliage, and then I'm using some malachite green. This is very magical, my favorite green, malachite green. Some cooler tone it has, so using only warmer tone won't bring that much effect. Here and there you need to use cooler tones to pop out the color. Now I am using grayish green and giving it to the other another foliage which is present either in left and right side. And for the darker green, I'm using dark green color, and lower part, I'm not separating anything, I'm not equally coloring. I mean, the left and right side are not uniform as well. Randomly go with your intuition and color everything, even though cover the stem as well. And then grass green, I am gonna fill the areas which is present besides the foliages, where there won't be any markings. You can play whatever you want to. I am creating some mixed green effect. I'm using light green, dark green, whatever green I have it in my set. I'm playing with it and mixing everything together. Now I'm using some emerald green. Whatever I have it in my set, I'm just randomly using, and I made sure to blend everything together. It's not like an abrupt change from one green to another. I slowly blended, I carefully picked out the closest color and then blended it. Then using some malachite green, I need some cooler green in the background as well. So I'm using malachite green as well for the background. Later I'll be mixing it with the other warmer greens. As you can see, I am blending everything together. It came out so good. It's magical to see that mixed green background. I have completed both left and right side in few minutes, and correcting out a few that oil pastel. I'm matching it with the oil pastel and correcting that out as well using this color pencil. And that's all. The foliages are done. It came out actually really good. Who doesn't love different kinds of foliages, right? I am using different kinds of flowers. I'm not mentioning any color here. You can use whatever color you have it, purple, orange, yellow, pink, different shades, and center of the pollens red. And for these small little lily of valley flowers, I'm using this jelly roll pen. Also few highlights here and there using the white jelly roll pen, also with some gold uniball pen. All the items I have used here will be included in the description box. If you are interested, you can go check that out. I hope you cannot see it on camera, but in real you can see that golden shimmering effect. I think we have come to an end. These are the close up. And one more thing we can do is we can add some white Posca pen and smudge it out with our fingers or any random brush you have, and it will give some dark, uh, not dark, vivid white color. I'm sorry, vivid white color, and that smudging will create like it will give that one whimsical kind of effect. Later blend it out with your finger so that it will look so blended, and this looks so magical. This color palette is so unique to me, using all the warm greens maximum and cooler greens. I'm keeping it subtle, and I love the brown and green combination. And after a very long time, I'm using this oil pastels. I think I am really interested to try out other kind of background techniques. Soon we can see what else we can do with the oil pastels and set. I'm planning to get one bigger set in another brand as well. So let's see how everything comes together. Okay, I think that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy coloring. Bye bye.